Hi, this is Mia. Take 3. I just wanted to share with Accountability Club. So I had, I don't think I can lift, the plastic boxes for binders, not for binders with handles, or the ones also without handles, where you can put these hanging file baskets. And in the past, someone had bought me, I think they bought me this one. Somebody told me, because I never organized files before. I have a relative who would just put the files in shoeboxes and stack them in the basement. And then went, like, for the whole tax year, just, like, keep everything in the envelope and just put them in the shoeboxes. So when I moved out, away from my ex-husband, someone was like, you need to get a file box, and then I got the folders, and we were on welfare, got like one small box, the hanging baskets and folders, which is really expensive to buy office products, and I don't know why it's so expensive, but anyways, I watched some videos on YouTube about being organized, and a couple weeks ago, probably when I should be studying, I don't know, I was like, but I'm still in the process of transitioning from being a student to working in a clinic, and just got this grade for childbirth 5 as passed last night, and just got the grade last week, childbirth 2, or in the middle of last week, honors. I was so happy with myself. I just wish that someone could celebrate with me. And I have my folder, or my childbirth papers, right by my head, sleep, because I'm telling myself to get a actual fat notebook. Use this label maker. I'm actually running out of labels. I bought this label maker a long time ago. I've never bought new labels. I might actually have to. I've been using the plastic ones too, which I was kind of mad at myself. I realized because the clear ones don't work on. Like if I have the labels clear. I just had one of these things. Anyways, here, if you have, so I was changing it. I can't see it. It's got to be on it. I have so many. I went in the closet. I have like 2 stacked here, and I have like another one in the closet. I even had my kids' Easter baskets. They were orange baskets that are actually file folders. Open ones, and then I had 2 cabinets, drawer ones, 2 main drawer ones, and then we just bought over this month. Spent my life savings on 2 for $75 fake wood ones, which suck because they weigh over 100 pounds and they smell like VOCs. And I was going to put the one in the back, in the side window, all of my school notes. And that one is messed up because it's, when you open the bottom door, the top, and it tips forward. And the one by the door, the front door, this is a nightmare. I almost wish I just bought a tall file cabinet and put it somewhere. The one by the other door I haven't put anything in it. Oh, actually, I didn't put anything in it yet. So I'm thinking putting all my school notes in that one. Oh, I was going to put business in this one. So I have 3 plastic in my room right now and 2 metal, and it's really annoying. And a lot of people I know, they say just throw everything away or get everything online or download it to your computer or this or that, and I'm not sure I'm ready to get rid of stuff. So half of the papers, I had a file cabinet that I got, I don't know what one. I know I got one at the Goodwill. I don't know where I got the other one. It's weird. Maybe I got them both at the thrift store. But, because they were brand new when I got them. yeah. Anyways, sometimes Target stuff ends up at the store. I got a couple of things that are new that from Target. The shelf is horrible. You put the books on the shelf, but every edge had like this lip that overhang. So if you had like this many books on the edge, they're all hidden behind this frame. So I was like sticking phone books in there to take up space, because it's like, oh, I can't find my book. So I watched these people on TV organize everything in their house, and all I've done was take stuff from these folders and a couple things from a drawer and change the labels. So every single one of these file boxes is A through Z, and everything is like A could be nothing to like overflowing, and then the green thing breaks, and then the edges spin, and all the papers fall out, and you can't shut the top. You can't shut the drawer, and then all that stuff sticks out the top. So somebody suggests not using first inserts and just using these. And then my only issue, it's not my only issue, is this is a thin stack. I have 5/8 inch, and they said it was 5/8 inch of space. I mean, it's better to have 5-inch space where you could than to have something where you can't shut the door. I mean, maybe I could put this and put the other ones like this to make them like more even going back in the drawers, so that I don't, like, all of my little plastic file drawers, they're about what, 8 to 10 inches across. By the time you put A through Z of these hanging baskets in there, it's like the whole thing is full. And it's just like, if you have a, anything at the top, if you stack like 50 of these or 25 of these, it's going to be like this high on one side, but it's going to be like this low on the end. And so, and we were doing that even with staples. It's like the staple corner is like this high, but the other corner is like this high. So, I mean, I'm separating the things out, and I've got some here. This one takes up, as you can see, the bottom is kind of narrow and the top is kind of wide, partly because of the clip and partly because there's like envelopes and flyers and receipts in the front, where the clip is. And some of this stuff, like, I had a couple things. For instance, oops, I don't want to lose, I'm not trying to lose my pieces. Like, I'm going through this, and I'm seeing stuff like this, where it's like this bank that doesn't even exist anymore, this bank doesn't even exist anymore, or I don't have an account there, and this is just life insurance policy. April 1st, 2000, and I wonder if I still, I wonder if, I was going to just put this in the shredder, I'm like, I wonder if I still have it. I don't think you can have the insurance if you're not a member of this. You get compensation, your credit union gets compensation for helping maintain. So it's like a statement of benefits. So it's like, I'm all paranoid now. I'm like, maybe I still have this insurance. I should probably keep it. Anyways, whatever this envelope is. that's expired, so I'm going to have to get rid of it. I mean, I don't know. So I remember these credit unions having the $1,000 insurance, but I am not a member of it. Anyways, and it's really hard because it's like, of all the stacks, it's like I have 2 pieces of paper that I want to shred, and I mean, I did, in the past couple of days, I did pretty much like halfway fill this. Sorry, it's hard to see. This with recycling, and like I'm wasting time because I'm taking papers from this plastic crate that was in the closet, stored under the stairs, pulling out file folders, recycling, like the hanging file folders, recycling these with this, which I was handwriting them, but I'm like, oh, why not make it nice? And I'm pulling out, now I'm filing stuff and getting these put away. So I'm like, this, a lot of people like purge stuff, they just throw that away, but I'm like, I could have a system by the door that's like mail, folder, financial, business, medical, and separate things out. I'm not sure that's just, as long as I keep these crates, I'm gonna keep the folder, so I might get rid of them later. This stuff is expensive, and I'm thinking it's good. And then, so I feel like I'm just spending the entire weekend wasting time moving stuff from these file folders, putting the clips on, stacking everything up, shredding some stuff, recycling some stuff, and putting them into a different file cabinet. And my point of feeling like I'm wasting time is I have a box that was under the stairs, not in the middle of the floor like it is now. I have these file cabinets that I'm moving around that are like, they take up the same space whether they're full or empty. And I've only put in a few files. I have noticed that the file cabinet on the left was overstuffed, and when we have an inspection, a lot of the papers, they just get stacked and set somewhere, or put in a grocery bag, or put in the closet, or shoved under the bed. And I know for a while, as soon as I'd get the mail, I'd either get it or file it. And I think because of the fact that it's impossible to open the drawers without papers getting all stuck in the top, like, just subconsciously it's just like, no, you don't put it there, just set it aside in the 2-file pile, and the 2-file pile turns into garbage mixed with 2-file, mixed with stuff that's really important, mixed with, oh my gosh, I was supposed to send this in 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking if I can streamline the process of not being blocked, because now there's a financial file cabinet and like a bills and stuff file cabinet, maybe and a business one and a school one. The school one should be able to be pretty much shut down. It should be like, put the stuff in there, and then once I start getting patients, start figuring out how to just start putting out stuff as well. But yeah, I feel like I'm wasting time, but I'm like, there's been a few months of piles to file that haven't been, so I'm hoping that once I get these in the right spot and have more space to maneuver, that I'll actually get back on track with that, and then I can just have like 3 of these by the door that say, financial, medical, and business, etc., bills or whatever, and just, it would be ideal if I just filed it right away, but sometimes I don't get home till after 9 or 11 or something. It's like, go get the mail, it's like, just all ends up in one spot, the junk mail and the other mail and the bills, and it's, when that spot gets full with a hanging envelope my daughter made me by the door, a hanging basket, then it ends up just, oh, let's just put it with the shoes. Oh, let's just put it here with the animal stuff. Oh, let's just put it with his flyers that nobody wants because we just had to take it to recycling. And I'm just hoping that I really want to tell you, I wish that I was one of those people that's like, I get rid of all papers in the house, like, not one paper in the house, but I have a fax machine, a home line, and papers, and many, many times in my life, it's been like, you have to get proof of something to somebody, and they're like, yeah, some stuff is accessible online for free, and sometimes you have to pay like $7 to $12 or $3 an hour, or, whatever, and I mean, I could venture towards that, but right now, in the middle of the night, this thing is 5, and you have to work till 4:30, you just be like, Monday or Sunday night at 10, or Monday at like 6 a.m., you just grab it out of the file, stick it in the fax machine, and fax it before their fax machine gets busy. Like, I've done that so many times, and then you could say, well, if I was more organized, I wouldn't have missed a deadline, or forgotten about it, because it would be in this brightly colored orange folder, potentially imagination. Don't really have this. That's like deadline, and people have that kind of system set up. I know a lot of people that's parents. They really had a simplified life, and they had a lot of relatives and different people around when they were kids, and they learned to clean their own mess. Like, they were taught how to purge stuff and recycle stuff and put clothes in for will or whatever. And I feel like you just like, that's what you do. And then, I mean, we had some very clean areas of the house, but my room was not one of them, so it was really hard when I became an adult I didn't understand. I wasn't taught that you're supposed to get rid of anything. A garbage can was for like Q-tips and snotty napkins or Kleenex, or, even, it was even harder to throw away like empty bottles or something. Like, oh, I gotta put water in it, and and like, I didn't even get rid of gum wrappers. So it's like everything. It's like if you had a wrapper, instruction manual, or cardboard or something, you just put that in the basement and you save it because you're going to need it later. So it wasn't like, let's clean and throw this junk away, and it became like, let's tear everything off the shelf and stack it in a corner and put everything away one at a time, and it just became like a stack in the corner that just made it so you can't walk anywhere. It's like, nobody taught me, and I'm not trying to blame anyone, nobody taught me to get rid of stuff, and I moved into a place, and the mentor's like, oh, just have a spot where you put stuff for giveaway, and just, when it fills up, just take it to the Goodwill, who cares? And she's like, oh, I had a problem, and I would be like, oh, this coat can go to this person, or this little kid's dress can go to this person. She goes, no. She's like, you're going to hang on to that stuff forever, and then people aren't going to want it. She's just like, if you don't need it, just get rid of it. And that helped me, because we never did that at home, so it became like, usually somewhere near the washer, or in this little area is for thrift store, and it's not needed. And then I'd freak out because I wasn't used to getting rid of stuff, because we were taught to save everything, all your clothes and everything. And it's like, oh, my kids were born, I didn't buy clothes because I went down in the basement and got my brother's clothes to wear. And that's what I played with as a kid. Was we didn't have doll clothes, we used real baby clothes. And so it's really scary. For me, comfort zone. So like driving through those places where you pull down the thing and just chuck stuff in the middle of the night, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I have to go through the bag like 2-3 times. I'd be on the side of the road, and the kid's like, no, don't get rid of that. That looks nice on you, Mom. Like, don't get rid of that sweater. I still have one of the sweaters. I should wear it tomorrow. And I'm like, this is stupid. And a few clothes, I'm like, oh, I wish I didn't get rid of that. And other ones, it's like, it just needs to go in the garbage. And a lot of them, it's not like, I mean, I wish I was one of those like every 3 months I could like almost replace my clothing and shoes, and just be like, oh, all this stuff is like almost new. Just give it away. and replace it with the next season clothes. You know, it's like, and then save a couple of your favorites, or be the type of person who could like consignment shop stuff, wardrobe thing over and over. And then my another problem when it comes to clothing and shoes and it's like socks and underwear, it's like I'm desperately way into everything is so holy that it's like you put it on and it completely disintegrates and you're okay, finally gonna get rid of this. I hate holy socks and holy tights and holy underwear where the string is all unraveled and your hair dryer and you're like everything's all knotted up and you're like, oh, I hope I'm not walking to work with this strings dangling out my pants, you know, and getting caught on stuff. And it's like a lot of the clothes I have are hand-me-downs, and my problem is my weight is fluctuate from like 100 pounds to 215 pounds down to 140 pounds and then back up to like 163, and now today I'm like 157 and a half or something like that, 158, and it's like so. In the videos that I didn't share yet this weekend, I told you I wanted to pray about, like, even I lived in a car, in a vehicle, and had a tent, and I brought as much stuff as I could fit in there, and I found out my ex, the guy I was with, was burying my stuff, but it's that whole feeling like, we're going to need this, we're going to need this, we're going to need this, and I just had that realization that the cat and her kittens had a sock, one of my socks, in a towel, in a cat carrier, in a water dish, or in a food dish probably. You know, that was connected to the cat carrier, but I was like, they had a sock, which they didn't even need, but everything was their bodies in the sock, and they could carry that sock in their mouth, you know, and I was like, oh, they have everything. I mean, they had food, and water, and of course, you know, of course we had stuff for them, but they didn't need to bring a truckload of stuff with them just to live. And I've gone on vacation out of town for like 2 weeks with well, we didn't, that was 6 bags, but it'd be like, so you have 2 bags each on a plane, so it'd be like a big purse with food and like books and stuff, comic books and stuff, and then it would be like the clothing bag, and it's like, it has the toiletries, it has the shampoos, it has the bathroom items, it has your shoes, your socks, and your clothing, and maybe a basket or whatever for the 2 weeks. And, you know, even taking food, granted, like we had, like, one of my kids had a whole bag full of food, because we aren't able to find food when we go to that place where we used to go, which we don't anymore. So now I think back on that, and then still the other day I picked up a book on health, medical book from the 80s. I'm like, what am I doing? It's like, don't get any of those books. Don't. And my problem is I've read some really good books on from the olden days about health that were simplified. You know, even in the naturopathic world, it's like, I got all these test results. I don't know how to read it. I don't know how to dose this medicine. I don't know how to do this. And somebody's doing this, and they got to do this procedure. And it's really intense. Da 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 da. I'm really learning a lot about that, especially where I work, and because I save my notes and like to read them. However, I'm just like kind of at the point where whether you're doing that intense and complicated stuff or not, I still think we need to get to the basics, and that's why I like some of these old books, because it was like sometimes the older the book, the less technology was there, and the more that they depended on nature and, you know, what you could do without technology and magic pills or surgeries. Like, you know, even bariatric surgery had to be over a certain weight, I think 30 BMI, because even medicine on TV, like over 20 with symptoms, over 20 something like that. So I qualified. So I could, but now my BMI this week went down to the 26, so I still am several pounds overweight. And I've been eating. 10 years ago, I got on 50% raw, or over 10 years ago, and I gradually built myself up to like up normally 95% raw, and I've still been really heavy. Actually lost the most weight, not being so strict on that. Lost the most weight when I did a contest, a weight loss, and I felt like so weak and so malnourished and so hungry. It didn't seem sustainable. And I also gained back 20 something, like 144 to 160. Yeah, I gained back. It usually would go up to 164. I gained back like 20 pounds. Early restricting my diet in order to compete in a contest, and they really get on you, those weight loss groups. They're just like, you gained, oh my gosh, you have a problem, you must be an emotional eater, you must be eating too many desserts, and it's like, all I ate every day was like 2 salads and like 1 teaspoon of olive oil and apple cider vinegar. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, and water, lots of water, and like half a banana a day. And I'd yell at you, and it's like, you see the people that would come to the last group, they'd be like, pounds, they'd be like, I ate like 3 donuts this morning, and I still lost 2 pounds. And you're just like, they're like, I ate the best, like, Alfredo pasta at a restaurant last night, and I still lost 3 pounds. And I was like, if I even looked at your Alfredo, I'd gain 5. I was like, it's really hard. It's really difficult, I think. Some of us have weird thyroids and or metabolisms. And it's like I was kind of on the smaller lost group, so I know I hadn't gone to 400 pounds or 500 pounds or 600 pounds or 300. Like I hadn't gone that high, so it takes more energy to work that body in. And I've seen people 300 some pounds that eat, a smoothie and a salad at lunch and a chicken with some green beans at dinner with maybe half a slice of toast and a skim milk. Like I've seen people eating very small diets and still gain and gain and gain. And I've seen people eat mad amounts of food and still be 5'10" and 120 pounds. They're just like, this is so good, I love it. Oh, I love pizza. Oh, I can eat this fast food. Oh, I can eat this like 3 plates of food full on Thanksgiving. And then they'd make fun of me because they saw me eating oranges at church. That was my dinner. And it's like, that's why you're fat, because you eat oranges and nuts and bananas. Like, maybe you're right, but that's a foul. Right now is like pretty much all I'm eating that could be true because I'm still overweight. So, I had a book from Fly Lady, Body Clutter and Saving Dinner, and I didn't read those yet. I have books and stuff for my health stuff. I have books and papers for everything right now, like everywhere, and I felt that we had to look for a place to leave. Either A, they're not going to let us live here because the rent keeps going up. B, the rent keeps going up so much that it's not going to be. It's like I've seen a house for sale the other day, or for rent over $2,500 a month. I saw a house for rent the other day that was it 3,000 or 35,000 a month? $35,000. I don't know. I saw like a couple really, like one 3,500 a month, and another was like, I swore it was 35,000 a month for this huge mansion. And I was like, dude. And they're like, first month is like you have to pay $100,000 down payment, like first last month's rent and security deposit. Maybe the deposit was 35,000. I don't know. I was like, dang. It's like that would be a good down. If I have that much for your deposit, I just buy a down payment on the house. If someone's A, really rich, B, maybe they move up, C, so I could see that, but it's like, I don't want to pay $1,500 a month for rent in a low-income place. If it's like a very beautiful, nice neighborhood, then I would, and it's beautiful and nice, but it's not what I'm ultimately looking for. But I also know that one of my kids made friends here, and it feels hard to move because of, it took a long time to make some friends and to be able to go out and socialize on a playground and everything, and so I'm not sure what it would be like. Like, we're segregated by race here in the city, and I'm not sure what it would be like if we moved into what I think is a nice, quiet, peaceful neighborhood where people walk their dogs and let their kids ride tricycles in the street or on the sidewalk, and walk to the parks and fights. Like, I know that people in those neighborhoods and they're fine with racism, but I feel like I'm moving in that neighborhood, they might not be as nice to me as they are to everyone else. And me and my friend had five kids, and they put up a basketball court, and they kept reporting them to the manager or to the owner of the house, and it's like they're discriminating, I think, because it's like they had all these kids and all this stuff. So that's where I am right now, is trying to find the energy to get this stuff done. I feel like all I want to do, I'm all paranoid about getting rid of this or not. I'll just find out. It's like, if I'm not a member of this credit union, do I still qualify for the insurance, the life insurance policy? I feel like if where it is, someone would get money somehow. I don't think you can get it if you're not a member. So I'm going to pray about the fact that we're getting the kids' grocery snacks delivered in within 3 hours, 3 to 8 hours, or 3 to 5 hours, and I remember when I was on a shift on Monday, and there's a day I was so exhausted I came home and rested all day on Sunday, and they were like, "Wow, you must have rested this weekend. You look so healthy." Right now I'm sitting on a little bed, which I don't, and I'm wondering about how to clean these papers, because I'm like focused on it, but I'm also like, oh, I gotta fill out childbirth papers and have a doctor sign it, and oh, I gotta finish this book. This is how far I am. This book for called Joyful Birth for my doula training, and so Accountability Club. I have there's a picture. I have this because I don't know. I always restart it, and I just realized that one of my kids' pictures. These are like our pictures from Walmart. I shouldn't put that. I was thinking it'd be nice to have it in drawers, and I actually even have one more file drawer downstairs that's a white cabinet. I was thinking, and maybe even, I have plenty of these now, a lifetime supply of these. I'm wondering, because there's a bookshelf in the closet, I'm wondering about taking the blank papers and computer paper and stuff and sticking it in that drawer. And also the person online had, like, this, my kid gave me this, and I was gonna throw the plastic insert away, but I ended up putting it back in it, because these are all the clips I have left. I ordered some through the grocery store. I was wondering about potentially using this, and or they on the edges they would stack this. Mine who were doing the organizing, they really liked the labels, and sometimes it just confirms, like, things are made, like these file fitters are made because it works in offices, it works in home offices, and bookshelves were made because it works. And I'm in the position right now where I feel like I feel like there's been, but since I've been here, to label all of the cabinets in the kitchen and all the drawers. And ultimately, I always go to the wrong drawer when I'm looking for the kitchen utensils, and just like use this and just be like kitchen tools, wooden kitchen tools, silverware, you know, paper and plastic bags, you know, plastic dishes, regular. I just wanted like spices, liquids, liquid oils and herbs and spices, and you know, just I want to go through the house, and then so it's interesting to see that how these people online were so excited about their labels and being creative and color coding things, and it's just like in school I would color. People taught me first year, it's the enzyme. First, this tutor told me enzymes are pink, so I made my enzymes pink, and period. And now every time I see enzymes, I get it pink and I underline it with pink or highlight it or whatever. And it's just like that brain connection, and then knowing a lot of the enzymes, most of the enzymes end with ASE, ACE, you know, lactase, you know. And so it's like knowing that if I label this cabinet as financial and I label that cabinet as household and I label this one as school, then it's like, do I separate it? That's my medical school from my undergrad school, and then it's like that cabinet, you know, and there is undergrad stuff in there, and then that other cabinet is going to be business, and I don't know, because I'm even making like paperwork and stuff for my business, and then I'll probably have to put business finance in there too, so my insurance papers and all that stuff, I want to tell you, is so unorganized right now because I didn't have a place for it. I can't show you, but it's twice as wide. It's like 20 inches long, 25 inches long. One of the plastic containers without a handle was used for my business, and our business teacher told us it was in there. What do? I feel overwhelmed. I felt like I was in a club. You're supposed to have 3 people in a group to come up with the 6 binders and get all your business stuff ready. And our club fell apart. We were like one of a few groups that everyone had kids in it, and a third person ended up just having a kid. So we stopped meeting when she had her kid, and we stopped doing the work. We were supposed to spend our 4 or 5 years of medical school putting together this book so that you can, these books and these files, so you can hit the ground running when you became a doctor. When you graduated and passed your boards. So I'm like, should I just keep going for the 6 binders, or should I just turn that into, hey, I have my midwifery paperwork that I need to stuff. I will keep you posted because this is really time consuming. In about an hour, in about 45 minutes, I need to clean downstairs. It's cold down there, and the rabbit's down there by himself. And I've been really comfortable that's warm in the second floor, so I'm like, oh, this sucks. And I used to have a space heater, doesn't work anymore. It keeps tripping the breakers, and the surge boxes or surge protector plugs keep getting, and the lights keep blinking and carrying on. So I'm like, is that normal? And I'm not like plugging that, and the vacuum cleaner's up and at the same time. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna in 45 minutes just go down and do the dishes, and then straighten up. My animal has a bunch of mess everywhere. Straighten up my animal's mess and just get dressed, and then get my kid to help me when the groceries come, because I am not doing the entire house clean. I'm telling you the truth right now. Some of the people that I see that are doing really well and being organized, besides people that don't collect books like I do, which is out of control. I'm like, I use them when I study. I found a couple people at my work that are new that use books and notes to study stuff they learn for their career. And people, I'm like, I don't feel so bad. But I also feel like everyone tells me that these books are what makes my house horribly messy, and that I should throw them away or hide them in the closet. But I read the books. For instance, this one here, I was like, oh, I want to look at this book. I don't want to pull it down because it's too full and everything else full. Like, some of our photo albums, it's like home gardening, and I was like, oh, I just home garden. It's like, I just read it and give it away. But I told you on a video I didn't post yet, where those people were throwing away all my stuff without my permission, and I got freaked out. And like books like this I got wait, not that one. This one I got, this pharmacology book I got from Walmart before I took pharm, and then I actually used it when I studied for my jurisprudence, or my formulary. That test was hard, and it's got like a lot of tips of danger when using these drugs in drug interactions, and I really, like, it wasn't, we don't really have required books in the medical school. Sometimes they say they are, but then nobody has it, nobody reads it, or they're out of print, and like, oh, this book, I learned that, it's like $300 book on Amazon. But I'll let you know, because I feel like going through the papers, this is like 10.5 years of papers, is a nightmare for me right now, and I would love to just, like, people saw like old phone bills and old bills, like, even if they're like 5 months old, and they're like, you don't, normal people don't keep this, we throw it away. But like I said, I've had a situation where I threw them all away, and then they come back with a letter saying you didn't pay, and it's like, do you have, well, we did pay, do you have the receipt? No. Do you have the invoice? No. Shoot, I threw it away, and or someplace you don't get the invoice at all. So, let you know how this goes. I'm thinking, because I do have some books and some stuff new from my business, that I can clean off these shelves. Not these kind of binders, but like I have like I don't want to pull this. I have like random papers because of inspections. I just like stacked random papers up on there, like, and I think someone's ringing my doorbell. I have to go. And I think one of the big things is that I don't have time because I'm hardly home, and tomorrow I plan on being gone all day, and it's between 8 and after 5, and I'm tired. I feed the kids when I get home, take care of the animals, and get myself set in, get the laundry going for work, and so that's where I am.